Hello class, welcome again to our meeting. Today we are going to discuss about platformification in business and industries. You see that from this slide that companies that you know most about you. Clario identified which company that collect the data, personal data collected from your accounts. The first one is SEC. Which one is it? It is Facebook, guys. They collect almost everything from your identity, including from email through social profile, interest, and then the least one is like Asos here, only collect email, name, age, live location, and the others. But most of things is Facebook, collecting 70.59% of your data, followed by the other company. What does it mean? It creates a problem. Do you agree with this idea that they collect the data from you? Of course, some of you may disagree, some of you may agree. It's like chicken versus egg problem. Which one is the better arguments? Okay, let's see from perspective. More data means better algorithm, more accurate prediction, and more input to train the AI, artificial intelligence. According to this perspective, of course, we've discussed from previous meeting that Facebook is advertisement companies, so if they can if they can learn you properly, they can sell they can sell their product according to the market that they need. But according to the users, that more data means more potential privacy invasion, increasing risk of data breach, and less control. And then if we've been known that United States technological giants accused of monopoly power, such as the Amazon, Apple, Facebook, and then this is the Google's. Today we are going to discuss about introduction. We've discussed before the magnitude of digital platform, industry constellation, the shift toward business ecosystem in Asia. What is digital platform? What is the basic of platform types? What is digital platform taxonomies? Disruption in the innovation and the network externalities, digital platform challenges, and then concluding remark. There is a shift from 2008 into 2018. The identity of the businesses has changed. If you see in 2008, the companies mostly the very big company by the assets. The first one is PetroChina, Exxon, General Electric, China Mobile, Gazprom, Microsoft. And then the next following 10 years, the biggest company is, can you guess? Apple, Google, Microsoft, Amazon, Facebook. You can see from the first 10 of the companies between 2008 and 2018 has changed fundamentally. Previously it was energy companies, and the current 2008 it is technological company. You see that the magnitude of digital platform has changed. Facebook, in which established less than the older one, can create market cap is slightly similar or even very higher compared to the other one. So you see that industrial constellation divided into three models. The first one is closed vertical integrated models. The second one loosely coupled coalition model, and the third one is multi-sided platform. So the first one is strategies aimed at obtaining scale economies within mutual horizontal core businesses and expanded their activities to adjacent market through cooperation strategies and alliances. Loosen couple coalition model is such as the vocal firms are using their prominence to perform leadership role in pulling together dispersed resources and capabilities in the network. It seeks to create and capture value from the network. While multi-sided platform is emerging new business model, representing new market structure and can be seen as a consequences of the disruptive innovation related to the emergence of new service and new business model. You see that there are three types of characteristic of economy, common and economy. The first one is through the central planning perspective, exists in the 1950s until 1980s. And the second one is market liberalization, 1990s, and then currently we are facing market maturity 2010s. There is a different model in which parent model and operating model. In central planning, the operator is centralized, and then in the liberalization, there is a strategic controller, which is this is the controller, and then there is a strategic architect and active shareholders. You can see from this one is direct line and then indirect line. The model is centralized industrial lobbies embassy. This is very top-down strategic and largely family run. And then in the liberalization, there is loosened type to facilitate diverse and rapid growth. Continue focus on filling key strategic talent and capital gaps in the market. And while the market maturity primarily is a brand umbrella with strong set of ethic and principle of excellence, central guide to promote innovation and globalization. You see that Asia's top 10 richest family is remain the same. It can see that from the Bloomberg by 2019 that old money conglomerates are still dominating the economy in Asia. Ambani, Kwok, Saravanan, Hartono, Lee, Yovidya, Mistry, Chiratifat, and Kaduri with their wealth. However, you can see that from Southeast Asia tech ecosystem, there is increasing numbers of companies that already been established and it has valuation more than $1 billion US, such as in Indonesia and Singapore. And there is many companies below its valuations. So what is the importance of digital platform? It is important because it is provide a building block providing an asset essential function to technological system, which acts as a foundation upon which other firms can develop complementary product, technology, and services. We can understand it is not new. It happened, innovation, digital platform happened in the previous age, but digital technology make it widely spread and hypothetically unlimited. It's not limited into big corporation. Everybody now can create this platform. Firms now innovate by creating platform rather than single product from an ecosystem that includes heterogeneous actors. This perspective allows firms to build not just platforms of product but digital capabilities in which they can engage in various forms of businesses and dealing with market. What's the implication of digital platform? Is balancing generativity versus control, example Apple iOS and jailbreak, and the jailbreak that breaking the code structure of the Apple iOS. And then the effect of digital platform is share more data and process across organizational boundaries, and then innovation activities become increasing horizontal. Too much heterogeneity and boundless innovation created chaos. So you see this is 1996 into 2012. So this is the PC because IBM, the competition between IBM and Apple. And this is the Steve Jobs in the promotion of iPod. So this is the revenue streaming. Recorded music revenue by format has increased, in which previously it was vinyl, disc code, into cassettes, CDs, MP3, and then the age changes by the increasing number of streaming. How does it happen? No one understands the technology yet. Companies used to be developed in such monolithic way. Each company has its own ego, develop their own applications. The media and the entertainment industry waste its resources. Apple stepped ahead to establish its digital platform using iPod and iTunes, take care of the payment, security management, and privacy. And then currently, we are buying music and movies from iTunes, Google Play, and Amazon. We know that Apple no longer as a computer manufacturer, instead as digital platform business. What is digital platform? You can see from this, a building block that provides essential function to technology. And then there is different types of argumentation. It's very technical, and then there is non-technical argumentation. The first one is commercial network supplies, two-sided networks, multi-sided platform, and the value of creation by facilitating interaction between two or more mutual independent groups of customers. So there is a shift. Now 1, 2, 3, 4 from single-sided to single-sided direct network to multi-sided indirect network, and then two-sided multi-indirect network. There is shift, okay, in the platform itself. And then from this slide as well, you can see the different platform based on transaction, and then platform in which focus on innovation. There is hybrid companies focusing between the two, such as Apple, Google, Microsoft, Valve, Salesforce, Facebook, Tencent, and Amazon. So how multi-sided platform differs from product platform and resellers? There are key characteristics of multi-sided platform. The first one is each group of participants are customer to the multi-site platform and some meaningful way. And then the second one is the MSP enable a direct interaction between the sided. Product platform violate the firm's requirement. The ultimate customer is not customer of the platform provider. Reseller violates the second requirement. There is no direct interaction between the sides. So what's the categories of digital platform? There is different separation. The first one is key activities, data source, 3 revenue, 4 offering, and the 5th customer. You can see from the types. The key activities consist of data generation into distribution. Data source consists of internal and external. Revenue model can be asset sale, lending, usage fee, subscription fee, advertising, while the offering can be include data, information knowledge, non-data services. Target customer can be business to business, business to customer, or customer to customer type. So this is the taxonomies of digital platform. You can see transaction sectoral, innovation infrastructure, and integration institutional or quality platform. There is separated into 7 perspectives. The first one is conceptualization. There's the second one is the purpose, the key targets group, the key government issues, theories, concern, and example. You can read from this perspective that conceptualization consists of multi-sided market, while innovation infrastructure consists of technological innovation and infrastructure, while the integration institutional using polity platform, that is the platform as a polity. So there is a different perspective between transactional, innovation infrastructure, and integration institutional. This is the letter. So this is the type of digital platform. There is a reseller or distributor. The second one is marketplace. The third one is social network. The fourth one is platform of platforms. The reseller or distributor, such as provide context or product to end users, such as Netflix. Marketplace is facilitating transaction between user groups, such as eBay. Social network, enabling social communication and interaction, such as WhatsApp, Twitter, and Facebook. Platform is platform or ecosystem on which other platforms work, example Apple, iOS, Google, Android, and etc. So what's the factor contributing to the emergence of digital innovation or digital platform? The first one is disruptive innovation. The second one is network externalities. Disruptive innovation is technology often improve faster than customer requirement demand. This enables low-end technologies to eventually meet the needs of the mass market. We see that disruptive innovation changed the Microsoft personal computer operating system. However, the operating system for smartphone and tablet were not very engaging in the market. In 2011, Apple's iPhone operating system and Google Android collectively control about 60%, and while Microsoft only 11%. The question is whether or not in the future that can Microsoft retain its reputation in the context of the operating system. It depends in the future how they deal with this, as we know that current market show that there is two major operating system in the personal computer, in the personal software, such mobile phone using Google or Apple. There is a new use using Huawei operating system, but it's mainly in China using Huawei system. We don't know yet. In the future, perhaps it can become, the market can be more competitive in the future. The second one is a network externalities. Network externalities are the effect of a product or services has on a user while others are using the same compatible product or services. Positive network externalities exist if the benefit or more technical or marginal utility are increasing function of the number of the other users, while negative network externalities can also occur where more users make product less valuable, referred as congestion as the traffic congestion, network congestion. You can see from this one. So network externalities affect the way that technology adoption will lead to the network externalities. Platform leverage network externalities or network effect will face the common in telecommunication network. Example, the telephone, fax, and machines, it will be less benefit in the future. The value of the telephone is subject to the how many people have telephone, the more the merrier. The demand economy of scale gives advantage to large platforms that become gradually better in curating content and giving value to the customer, in which naturally monopoly. Digital platform challenges consist of number of sites to bring abroad, platform design, principal structure, and government rules. It can affect the create of digital platform. So what is the key takeaways of our meetings? We find that a strong evidence of movement from closely vertical integrated business conglomerate to emergence of multi-sided platform and business ecosystem in Asia. We need to appreciate the power of disruptive innovation and network externalities encouraging the emergence of digital platform. We should be aware of digital platform challenges in the future. Thank you very much. Thank you for our meeting today. See you again the next meeting.